Director Quentin Tarantino certainly made a name for himself with Reservoir Dogs, but he would not achieve zeitgeist status until 1994's Pulp Fiction. This is number 68 in our list of the 100 greatest films of all time, and this is one of those entries that irritates me at the outright because I want it to be higher up on the list, because 68 doesn't feel high enough to reflect the esteem that I hold this movie in. This is an incredible experience from start to finish.
It's the Royale with cheese of all of his movies, isn't it?
Well said.
I mean, this has got a lot going for it, a lot of branching stories, lots of incredible cameos and characters.
We have characters who die and then come back to life later in the film. I mean, it's crazy.
The resurgence of John Travolta pretty much could be tied to this particular film.
And how much fun is it to watch John Travolta working again, and not only working, but working at the height of his powers?
He's incredible in this.
Where's this guy been? He is a national treasure.
It's a $5 shake.
Yeah, he's been home hiding out, waiting for this moment, and boy, did he ever embrace this moment.
God damn, it's a pretty good milkshake.
Told you.
I don't know, it was worth $5, it was pretty good.
Watching this movie is kind of like TV's The Wire, in the sense that I can't find anybody who hasn't seen it, but when I do find people who haven't really seen it,
you have to stop everything and watch it with them, right?
Drop whatever you're doing and go watch Pulp Fiction right now.
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Now, we all know the story, the myth of Quentin Tarantino, that he worked at a video store and would take movies home from all over the world every night and watch them.
He's a student of film. He knows everything about it.
Everything went into his brain, which functioned as a kind of mix master, and out came this incredible movie, which is filled with familiar tropes and cliches.
It's like six movies, this thing.
Yeah, but what he does is he inverts them all, and he finds fresh life in every single one of these things. I mean, we see Bruce Willis as a punch-drunk, washed-up boxer.
In the fifth, your ass goes down.
We see two old, aging hitmen on one last hit.
A couple that takes over a diner in this love story / incredibly violent robbery.
All right, now tell her it's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
Promise her.
I promise.
Tell her to chill.
Just chill out, honey bunny.
We see a guy who's one of the biggest criminal bosses in Los Angeles taken to an underground basement and had unspeakable things done to him.
Has a very bad time at the game.
This movie goes to some very dark places, but it never loses its sense of levity and humor every step of the way.
I'm gonna get medieval on your ass.
It is incredibly, relentlessly entertaining. I mean, I think if there was a movie poster and I wanted to be quoted, it would be for Pulp Fiction, and I would want it to say relentlessly entertaining, because it doesn't stop giving you things to look at, things to think about, things to ponder.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France.
But it's a movie that I think also spoke to people like us who grew up with television, who grew up watching the same movies that Quentin had watched, and who got all of the illusions. The illusions didn't fly over our head. We just thought, this is a movie that was made for me. It felt like a movie I'd been waiting my whole life to see.
But it also felt dangerous. It felt like outside of the studio model.
Well, it was. This was Miramax at its heyday.
Yeah, but Tarantino was still proving himself, but it's like, listen, I'm worth your attention. You know, pay attention to what I can create here. You don't have to think in the traditional blockbuster route. You can create violent art like this and celebrate the medium and build something that actually matters to a whole mess of people. This is such fantastic craft on display here. The writing, the direction, the acting, the performances.
Get it straight, Buster. I'm not here to say please. I'm here to tell you what to do.
None of the other follow-up films, and I'm including the Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, none of them ever felt personal again. And I think that if he made more movies, I think I would be more forgiving. But he makes a movie every few years. It takes him a long time to get these things done. He's a craftsman.
Well,
I get it.
they're always interesting.
They're interesting, but I'm wanting another Pulp Fiction moment, and I'm never going to have it again. And so I walk out of the theater thinking, that was cool, but it's still not Pulp Fiction, and it never will be.
You know what? And I think because we also are witnessing the artist come into his own a little bit in Pulp Fiction, and I think that we see that time and again on this list.
He's self-aware now. The audience is discovering it at the same time that the filmmaker is, and so when you have that kind of synergy, it's magic. It just doesn't happen very often. We're starting to sound like we're doing the commentary track for Pulp Fiction.
I know we are.
Knock it off, Julie.
What?
I don't need you to tell me how good my coffee is, okay? I'm the one who buys it.
But congratulations to Quentin. He's forever in our hearts. This is number 68 in our list of the 100 greatest films of all time.